Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial for EdTech Guides. In the tutorial today, we're going to look at a tool known as Diigo. Diigo is an annotation and sharing tool, but it really has so many more features than that to help your students learn how to navigate and work with the vast information environment in which we live. So this is the home page on Diigo. You will get to this page once you log in and create your account. Now, one of the nicest features about Diigo is that for teachers, a premium account is free. So for Diigo Education, you're able to create a free account. This does take a little bit of verification on your part in terms of entering your school email and then Diigo verifying that it's an accurate and active school email. But once that's done, you will actually have an education premium version of Diigo with no cost to you. So, let's get to the tutorial, shall we? This is the My Library section of Diigo, and this is what you will see when you first log in and create your account. So in addition to using Diigo for your students, there is a lot of potential to also use this tool for yourself to be able to store, manage, and take notes on various resources or topics that you might find interesting for your class or for your professional development. So you can see here that in my library, I've selected 3 articles to add to my library. Now, these articles have been tagged, but they haven't been organized much more than that. So there are definitely ways within the My Library to organize. So you can see over here the filters, you can see what annotated, if something's been read or unread. And you're also able to add some filters and folders to be able to better organize your library. But in general, this is what the library looks like. So to add to your library, and anything that you add to your library is able to be shared with your class, and vice versa. Anything you add to the class goes into your library. So these are the options for sharing to your library. So you can choose a note, which is something you would write directly into Diigo, a PDF, an image, or a bookmark, which is a website URL. So those are all the different things that could be imported into Diigo. So you can see here, of the 3 resources and articles that are in my library, 2 of them are bookmarks from a website, and 1 of them is a PDF. So if you wanted to begin annotating within Diigo for your own articles, all you would have to do would be to simply click on the title, and it will load the website for you. Now, if you saw as that was transitioning, it said, concerned about the website dying, have Diigo save a permanent page of what you're interested in, which is a really nice feature because we all know that websites are not necessarily the most stable URLs in the world. So this is an article that I've selected for the particular class that we're going to talk about in this situation, which is psychology. So these are the 101 things that are interesting about psychology. And this is, the kind of article that can introduce students to a topic, kind of get them thinking, saying, oh, these are the 3 areas of psychology that were really interesting to me from the article. So as you go through here, you're actually able to annotate. So you can see there I highlighted this, so there are many ways to study behavior. And then I have some choices, so I can highlight and do that, and that's all. Or I can actually write a comment. And you can choose what color you do that in. So up here you have private, but if you add collaborators, you're also able to post a comment to the group. So I'm going to choose our group psychology, and I'm going to say, the most interesting way to study for me is to live with another culture of people. And then you can post. And then as other students in the group or in your class read through this, they are able to see your comment and actually respond to the initial posting. So it's really a nice collaborative feature of Diigo and builds that kind of shared understanding within the class. So now I'm back in my library. So that is how you would comment on a web page. To comment on a PDF, you simply click the PDF and it appears in your screen as well. Now, one of the nice things about commenting on a PDF, an article like this, is this little green circle in the top right corner. So if you choose that, it actually splits your screen automatically for you. It has the article on one side and an outliner on the other side. So as students read through this article, they're actually able to see and share with each other outlines about the particular article. So there's a little point about the abstract, and then we could say something about communication is the focus, And students will be able to save that outline or print it, share it, download it, and keep it with that PDF so that it helps kind of organize that information for them. And if you wanted to hide the outliner, simply click the green circle again. So those are the two ways to annotate individual articles within Diigo. So now we're going to pop over to our group and see what it looks like to kind of manage a group within Diigo. So this is my groups, and so this is the group that I've created. It's a group psychology course. So simply click on the psychology, and if you wanted to create your own group, just here to create a group. So you click on psychology, and once you get in this group, the psychology group, you're actually able to add bookmarks and topics directly to this group. So a bookmark is, like we said before, just that URL. A topic is actually a discussion forum topic. So adding a topic is basically adding a discussion board to the class. So let's say that our title of the discussion board is Definitions of Psychology. And then here we can put in a little bit more detail. So we want to create a class definition for our use. And here you can see that I already have some tags in here, so definitions and psychology. And then we could post this topic, and it would post to our class group. If another student was in the class and they clicked on the topic, they would be able to post directly in here and respond. And here you can see you can like, you can moderate as the teacher, and you can also delete particular topics, and students will be able to like or delete their own topic. So if we just hop right back over to the psychology group, you can see there's also those URLs, those bookmarks within the group. So if you choose those, it takes you right back to that annotation that we were working on. So that is essentially how groups work in Diigo. Now, one of the really nice things about the class groups is that with relatively few clicks, you're able to add your entire class to Diigo, and you don't even need their email address. So that's a really excellent feature of Diigo that cuts down on work and classroom management for you. So if we hop back to the home page, there's one more feature of Diigo that we should go over. So this is an extension. So this extension puts Diigo on your browser. So add Diigo Web Collector, capture, and annotate. So basically what that does is if you're browsing and you're not in Diigo, but you have the little Diigo extension in your browser, you can begin directly annotating and commenting on any sort of web page, document, or PDF that you're looking at, and be able to share that with your students and with your class. So let's say that you're looking for resources on a unit within psychology. Maybe you're interested in child development in psychology and that kind of merging of the field. You could be searching for some articles that you want your students to look at or to read, just, doing your casual internet searching, and you're able to use the Diigo extension to put them right into your library. So I already have the extension on my computer, so I would just select cancel. But that is another really nice feature of Diigo. So those are the four main headings there at the top. The My Library we went over, My Outliners we went over, creating that outline with the PDF, My Groups, which would be your classes, and then Tools, which are those extensions for your browser. So this is a fairly simple overview of how Diigo works. Once you get into Diigo, there are a lot more options for what you can be doing and how you can be using Diigo in your class. And Diigo actually has a ton of resources for how you would work with Diigo as an educator. So they have this Diigo for Teachers, diigo.com/education. And from here, there's tons of tutorials about how to use Diigo as an educator to really get into some of the more nuanced features of the software. But Diigo's been around for a while, and they're still developing it. It's still a very stable software. And even when other similar tools have kind of, stopped development or gone by the wayside, Diigo remains affordable for teachers and a very powerful tool for both teachers and students. So I definitely encourage you to check out Diigo, give it a try, use it for your own personal research, have your students use it for their own personal research, and then use it for your class collaborations. So thanks for watching this tutorial, and from EdTech Guides, enjoy exploring.